Price. I'd like to talk to you today about 9/11. This is September 11th, 2021, the 20th anniversary of that fateful day when the United States was hit with the very worst terrorist attack in its history. And we remember that day today, and there's a lot of course, sadness. There's a lot of people rethinking things. There's a lot of angry people. But I want to suggest today that maybe there is a lesson that we can take from 9/11, something we can learn from those who died at 9/11, whether it was in the towers, as you see here, or in the field in Pennsylvania when the plane came down, or in the Pentagon. There's a lesson, I think, that we can learn from everyone, or certainly most everyone that was involved. You see, every one of them, or most of them, had two things in common. Those who were either in the plane, the towers, the Pentagon, who knew they were likely to die, and they had a little bit of time. They had, most of them, two things in common. One, they connected with God, whatever God was to them. There's an old saying, there's no such thing as an atheist and a foxhole. So when you know that your end is very close, all of a sudden we start to connect with the Creator God. And so that is what we understand many of the people, if not the majority or most of those who perished in the towers or Pentagon or in the field in Pennsylvania. They connected before their death with whatever their God was. We know, for example, on the flight that crashed into the field in Pennsylvania, one of those who were the heroes of that flight on the phone was asking the person they were talking to pray the Our Father with them. You see, when we're at that moment close to our death, we want to know who it is we are likely to meet. So the two things they had in common. Number one, they connected with their God. Whatever God was to them, no matter their faith discipline, they connected with their God. The second thing they had in common, they connected with their friends, their loved ones, those closest to them. They did not reach out and contact their insurance broker or their investment broker and buy an extra 1,000 shares of such and such a stock. No, they connected with family and loved ones. And there were many stories of people who were either in the towers. One particular story of a woman in one of the towers had access to a phone, and she called her sister, a sister that she had not spoken to in over 40 years. When they got on the phone together, neither of them could remember why they stopped talking. All they could do is say, I love you, please forgive me, I love you. So the lesson I think that we should take from 9/11 that I think will help us in our lives, no matter what happens in our lives, no matter what we are confronted with, is to connect regularly with our God and connect regularly with our friends or our loved ones. And we should connect with each other in the spirit of love and forgiveness. You see, lots of times we don't connect with family and friends because we're mad at them or angry at them, and we let that anger eat at us. Well, it'll eat at you like a cancer, and you can't let that happen. In that Lord's Prayer that the fellow from the plane hit Pennsylvania field, the prayer says, forgive us our sins, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive others. So let us on this 9/11 and every day forward remember the two things that are most important in life. And by the way, isn't it sad that it has to be at a time when nothing else matters before we sometimes realize what truly does matter? Connecting with God and connecting with one another. Connecting in love, forgiveness, understanding, mercy, and grace. This is, I think, a powerful lesson that we can take to heart and learn from those who perished at 9/11. This is Mark Price. Thanks for listening.